J. Cole responded to Kendrick Lamar, and he just made all of this a lot more interesting than what it already has been. Welcome back to the Voiceovers Podcast. I'm 24K Logan.
Can't run it going, man.
So I know y'all can tell that the setting is a little different. Well, at this moment, during the recording of this video, we are in Raleigh for the Dreamville Fest. And by the time this video drops, the Dreamville Fest will already have either begun or it'll already passed. But either way, that's why the background is a little different, because we're in Raleigh for the Dreamville Fest. But let's get into this, man. So let's pull up them lyrics, because this is... I did not expect Cole to drop a surprise album like that, because I can't recall a time where he did that. Let alone did I expect him to drop a response to Kendrick in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, give or take.
Yeah. So basically, so when because I was playing GTRP when it was out, right? It's like 12 o'clock. He walks in the room. He like, yo, J. Cole's dropping the album. I instantly click. I'm like, oh, it's just Dreamville promo. But I'm like, dude, I was like, if he dissed Kendrick, just let me know. So he came back a few minutes later. It's 7 minutes, Joe. That's the name of the song. I was like, okay, bet. So he dissed him. So I type in this song and I'm playing it. I didn't even know what the diss was gonna be. And then it starts off. He's like, I came in the Ville. I'm so good when it's tension. He doing shows but fell off like The Simpsons. I was like, oh shoot,
that's insane.
So your first shit was classic. He's talking about Good
Kid, Mad City. Yeah. People were saying Section 80, but for whatever reason, most people don't consider that Kendrick's debut. A lot of people consider an EP or a different type of album. A lot of people remember Good Kid, Mad City as technically being his debut.
Yeah. And then your last shit was Tragic, so that's talking about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And I'm like, should we we'll break it down when we finish it. Your second shit put niggas to sleep, but they gassed it. Your third shit was Massive, and that was your prime. So, and he said, I was trailing right behind. Now I just hit mine. Now I'm in front of the line with a comfortable lead. How ironic. As soon as I got it, now he wants something with me.
There is nothing else Cole could have said to make it obvious that he was going after Kendrick Lamar other than actually saying Kendrick's name. That's all he could have done to make it more obvious. So my biggest point that I'm trying to get across in this video is for all the people who swore up and down that Cole didn't want smoke with Kendrick, that he didn't want any problems. You're wrong. You're very wrong. Cole clearly wants all the smoke. I mean, there has been so much evidence to point to that will show you that J. Cole has been the most competitive rapper alive, going all the way back to Middle Child in 2018. And, we've talked about this in recent videos where we mentioned J. Cole. I mean, from the feature run to his last two albums, especially the off season, and just the competitive edge, the competitive nature, the competitive mindset that he is in right now. It's like he is on a revenge tour, and there's nothing in the world of music that can stop him. What I will say, in all fairness and in all seriousness, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar are lyrical assassins. If there's any rapper in our era or in this era of hip-hop that can lyrically keep up with Cole, it would be Kendrick without a doubt. I don't think that this is over. I think this is just round one. I definitely think Kendrick has something up his sleeve and that he'll be responding in no time or at some point. Do I expect him to respond within a week or two like Cole had responded to him? I don't expect that from Kendrick, but you never know. Kendrick probably has verses on top of verses stacked up, and the same with Cole. But now, on the flip side to that, right? Drake has still not responded.
Yes.
We're not going to make this too much about Drake. This is really about Kendrick and Cole. But see, now I think that with what Cole did, even though people are still anxious to see Drake respond, with Cole responding so soon and nobody expecting it, it focuses the shift, or it shifts the focus to Cole and Kendrick. It's not really a lot of focus on Drake at this moment in time.
Yeah. And it's like I feel bad for both of them because I respect both of them as artists, as people, and as just their discographies. What Cole said, I mean, I get where he was coming from. Do I think that To Be My Butterfly was bad? No. I mean, yes, not for everybody, but it wasn't bad, and you know what I mean? So both their discographies, they're really good, great, and it starts off with Kendrick. He was on a feature on Metro Future's album. J. Cole responds with a diss track on top of an album days before his biggest concert of the year. His festival that he runs.
Exactly.
So he knew what he was doing, like you said, J.
Playing
Cole.
chess.
Just playing chess. So it's like, oh, great. So now it's like, what's Kendrick about to do now? And yes, we do have yet for Drake to respond, but man, I mean, and there's further lyrics because he goes on to say, Lord, don't make me have smoke with him because I rock with him. And it's like, it's understandable because he don't want to beef with somebody who he respects, but you know, Kendrick said it was just him, and then Cole said, nah, I'm in first. Like we said, this is a beef about first place in their discographies, not anything else.
The competitive spirit. I'm glad that you mentioned that line where Cole said how much he rocks with Kendrick. Let's not forget that about 8 years ago, the Black Friday verse, and not to mention, for the longest, there was a lot of talk about a collab album, a joint project with Cole and Kendrick. We're not getting that now, at least not at this moment in time.
I mean, maybe. I mean, here's how I wanted it to end. I wanted them to do whatever they do, and when they done and everything, they squash the beef, and then they just be friends again and actually make the collab album. That would be crazy. Imagine they playing this the whole time. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
If they playing this. That would be some crazy
it could
stuff.
Be a movie script.
Now, I don't want to further the beef or whatever, but because like I'm not trying to choose sides, but people were talking about this wasn't a good response from Cole, and I was like, dude, he was very. I don't even know the word for it when he expresses emotions on this song.
He was precise. That's what I would say. Cole was very precise, straight to the point, and he knew exactly what he was doing. And with what he said about Kendrick's discography, whether you agree or disagree, one thing, this is why I say Cole is playing chess and he's very strategic, because it's going to spark a lot of debate about Kendrick's discography. Not that people are going to look at Kendrick, about his albums. Not that people are going to look at Kendrick's albums any different than what they already do. You know, even though J. Cole is my favorite rapper, I personally think that Good Kid, Mad City is, when you take Cole's albums and Kendrick's albums, if you say who has like the single best project, I would give it to Kendrick with Good Kid, Mad City. I've said it on numerous occasions that Good Kid, Mad City is arguably, if not the greatest storytelling rap album of all time. I think it deserves to be in the conversation for top 15, top 10 rap albums of all time, period. Yeah. But when we talk about discographies as a whole, I think it's a lot closer than what people want to admit it. But whether you agree with what Cole said or not, it's already sparking a lot of conversation. Yeah. And because you broke down multiple parts of, that entire song, but people are just focused on what he said about Kendrick's albums. That's all I've seen on Instagram comment sections, Twitter comment sections, people out in the public, talking about, they would say something along the lines of, that's crazy coming from Cole because a lot of his stuff is mid, or it's people saying it's crazy for Cole to say that somebody's putting somebody to sleep with their music.
If you say J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar is mid, I dare anybody to show me who they listen to, who they will put over them. Because exactly. I really got to see who discography, in modern day at least, who's better. Because who are you listening to call both of them mid?
But all in all, man, I did not expect it. Man, I really didn't. Oh Cole got us. Like I say, he's playing chess, but this is definitely not over. Kendrick is a fighter. Kendrick's gonna come back with some heat, as we all expected. Yeah. And Cole will come back with some heat. The fall off is still
inevitable.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The fall off is still inevitable. But Kendrick is definitely gonna come with some heat. And Cole is going to come with some heat. This battle, war, whatever you want to call it, it's not over.
Now it's crazy though, because I do want to throw one last prediction. I'm predicting Drake might show up to Dreamfest on Sunday, maybe, and just maybe.
If he does,
Maybe.
that crowd is going to go crazy.
Oh yeah, just maybe. I mean, with everything going on, it's like, dude, you have to show up at this point. I mean, it's like, you know. But at the end of the day, we respect all three artists. I rate them all equally next to each other. They're different in their own ways, so you know, I'm not choosing sides on this, but you know.
But Kendrick and Cole is going to be legendary. I mean, you have two supreme lyricists, the two ultimate lyricists of our generation of rap music, of our era of rap music. So it's definitely going to be history. But we appreciate everybody so much for watching. Y'all comment down below what y'all think about J. Cole's recent response, and what are your overall thoughts of how all of this is going to continue to play out, considering the fact that we got a response from Cole a lot sooner than what most people expected. But thanks again for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. We got plenty of content on the way for you guys. And as always, peace and love to everybody.